Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my detailed review and install of the MBRP XP Series 3-inch catback exhaust system featuring the dual same-side exit configuration that will dump before the passenger side rear tire, available for your 2015 and newer 5-liter powered F-150. This review is going to cover the big 3 topics you guys want to know about when shopping for an aftermarket system for your new F-150. I'm going to cover the sound from the MBRP, we'll talk about materials and construction, and then finally we'll breeze over the install. And depending on your wheelbase, there might be the smallest amount of cutting needed to get this system installed, but nevertheless, I'm sticking with a 1 out of 3 wrenches on my overall scale of difficulty, with more detail coming up later on. So the XP Series that I have in this video is going to be a great choice for the 5-liter truck owners out there looking to grab a system that will deliver full stainless steel for the construction, but isn't going to cost you a whole lot of dough in the process. In fact, this thing's hanging right around that $500 price point, which in my opinion is very affordable in the world of aftermarket catbacks. Along with that, look forward to a moderate increase in volume over your factory system, along with that very cool dual same-side exit configuration that dumps before the passenger side rear tire, much like the early SVT Lightnings. But let's dive headfirst into the sound profile you can expect when bolting up the XP Series to your rig. And honestly guys, I was a big fan of this system. It made all of the right noises on our V8 powered truck. Definitely isn't going to win you any revving contest in regards to sheer volume, but the sound was there. So 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to wake the neighbor scale. The overall volume level was right on par with a lot of systems for the V8 powered trucks. There's certainly going to be some outliers out there that will be a bit louder, and you can certainly shop around and find something a little quieter if that's what you're into. Interior noise was minimal at best, but what I did hear was very enjoyable thanks to that Coyote power plant. But let's move away from the sound a little bit here and talk more about what the XP Series is going to bring to the table in other areas. And I personally think the XP Series is one of the most popular in the MBRP lineup because it's giving you a ton of bang for your buck. You're getting a full stainless steel build throughout, but really for not a whole lot of dough. Again, right around 500 bucks is what you're looking at here for the XP Series. Now, if you're familiar with the XP Series or familiar with the MBRP lineup as a whole, then chances are you know they pretty much offer something for everybody. They have the Installer Series for the extremely budget-minded people, and if you want to kick things up a notch from the XP Series, they have their Pro Series, which is going to deliver that 304 grade stainless steel, the benchmark material in the category. But for most people out there, this is going to be a great system. 409 grade stainless steel to be exact. It's going to do a great job of reducing corrosion, and it's going to fit real well in addition to offering great welds and build quality. So we've established that this thing does pack 409 grade stainless steel throughout, but what else can you expect when cracking the box open for the very first time? Well, 3-inch mandrel-bent tubing essentially from tip to tip here. It's going to pass through the straight through by design muffler, single inlet, dual outlet. Everything's going to exit out the dual 4-inch tips embossed with the MBRP logo. Again, these guys here are 304 grade stainless steel. They're going to be really good at reducing that corrosion we talked about a little bit earlier. And let's get back to these tips here because again, I think that's one of the biggest draws with this particular system, that old school SVT Lightning kind of exit before the passenger side rear tire. A very cool look, and it looks great when installed. But let's switch gears and talk about the install here at the MBRP. And as I pointed out at the very top of this video, yes, there might be some cutting involved depending on your wheelbase, but it's very straightforward. Anybody can handle this one, so I'm still going 1 out of 3 wrenches on my difficulty meter, maybe an hour or 2 in the shop or garage before you're making some noise. As far as tools, well, again, if you do need to cut, just make sure you have your favorite cutting tool on hand before getting started. I personally like using a Sawzall along with a fresh metal blade. It's never let me down, but you can use whatever you have laying around the shop or garage. Along with that, you really only need a basic socket set here to help you get this guy in place. Obviously, you'll need to drop that factory exhaust first before you can get to work on the MBRP. With that out of the way, I recommend starting from front to back. Get the entire system hung on your truck first before your final tighten up, and you should be good to go. Well guys, what can I say about the MBRP XP Series? It's definitely one of my top choices for the newer F-150 on the site, and here's why. The sound is right where it needs to be for a big V8 powered truck without being over the top. The dual same side exit configuration looks absolutely killer on any stock or modified truck. And finally, the solid build quality and materials for the price is really hard to beat. So that is my review of the MBRP XP Series, which you can find right here at AmericanMuscle.com.